Welcome to another game of StarCraft 2 in the HomeStory Cup, 28th edition. Top left, you've got uThermal, the little cheese grinder. That's him. You ask for how much at the little Italian shop, he's just gonna keep giving more cheese. And down right, we have the aggressive Lambo playing Zerg. In this series so far, Lambo's done very well. He's lost one and he's won one in the rounds. And uThermal came close to winning one of his rounds in round 2. But Nightmare just was able to hold off on the cheese and was able to transition. And he just held it down, you know, showing how good he is with his macro and how confident he is with his Protoss. Protoss is a little bit strong right now, so, you know, I do think it was very skillful, regardless. No favoritisms here. Gonna be having an expansion coming down by Lambo here. Pretty standard opener. At the time of recording this, though, there's a lot of games going on right now, a lot of tournaments, and I am so far behind on just about most of them. I've been spending a lot of time kind of engaging with other communities and kind of watching some of my favorite streamers on StarCraft, you know, trying to support them and help them out in their endeavors. Spawning pool going down around the minute mark. Yeah, I'm kind of eyeballing that right there. Nothing really major going out. Reaper's going to be coming out. Expansion down for the Terran. So hopefully we're going to see some harassment with that. Not entirely sure. Or it might just be a ploy for cheese. Who knows? But like I said, the Louis Cup 2025 just happened. There's another Pigsty one that's, or Pigsty, I don't know. I don't know exactly what it's called. I just know what's going on right now. And I'm excited to see the Woody tournament actually just happen. I'm hoping I could watch some of that. I got to catch some of it on his stream, but it is what it is. Reaper is going to be coming out. Zerglings are ready to handle this, however. Is the Reaper going to be getting any value? He's not. He wants one of those workers. He so badly wants one of them. But a Queen is going to come out just in time to scare him away, or at least provide enough pressure. Oh, he just doesn't. He's got to get out of there. 2 Queens are now out. That is spelling trouble for the Reaper, but he does see a third base. Not the most exciting thing in the world for the Zerg to be found out on. I think that's okay. He's gonna have a little bit of presence threat here. Or he's just gonna camp out. Either or. But he knows that he can see him, and both of them can see each other right now, and it's not that big a deal. Having a starport go down, double Hellions coming out, link speed. Lambo's gonna be having a little bit of a problem here if he doesn't get this under control. He is getting his macro up right now, and yeah, that's really it. Now, Lambo has in the past, in the recent games, shown an incredible ability to. What he's really good at is he'll have lings for like the first several minutes of the game. Lings and Queens, that's all he needs. As we have Hellions and Reaper coming out across the field. Marine's going to be harassing that Overlord. David, unfortunately, not going to be able to catch in on that paid leave time. He will be going down. But he's going to try and hook the homies up with a little bit of spotting, and he is going to get some value information from that. Anyways, as I was saying about Lambo is incredible about having Lings and Queens for more than half the game, and then he just keeps you busy and distracted, and then he just builds up. Like, he gives him all the time in the world to macro, to build units, and every now and then he'll have to deal with the engagement, sure, like all these Hellions coming in. Oh boy, that's going to be exciting. But he is just incredibly good at keeping you away, almost sort of like Nightmare in his Nightmare, or even, oh my goodness, I'm blanking on the name. I want to say Kelazur. Kelazur is also, he's really strong with his macro, and he's able to just hold his own against anything and keep the game at his pace. Viking's going to be over here doing a little bit of scouting. Not going to be getting a whole lot from there. Killing the creep tumors. We don't want that Zerg to have any map control. That would be terrible. So he does really well with just Lings for the first half of the game, and then by the time he techs up, he's got like more than half the base or half the map covered, and it's just a nightmare. At that point, Zerg is so big, it just kind of snowballs into you, and whatever dies is easily replaceable, and within seconds. Lot of Hellions, though. This is going to be a problem. He does not have enough roaches, or actually, no, correction. He has more than enough to deal with this. The Queens vastly outnumber the Hellions. The Hellions not able to do a whole lot here, which is fine. You know, he does a little bit of poking, a little bit of running. It's all good. Back at base, though, we got a command center for the wall. That's an interesting choice. More factories coming out. It's going to be a mech game, it seems, from uThermal. uThermal not cheesing this time, playing it serious. I guess he didn't enjoy losing those first 2 rounds. And he's like, all right, I guess I got to play for real now. I got to be serious. It's okay, Fridge Fred coming out. Zerg, though, Zerg's looking pretty good at their base. No upgrades yet. I say that as he gets the eco chamber. We got some speed upgrades, that's fine, but no real 1-1s yet. Viking gonna be taking out a 4 here. He doesn't want to engage that, that's fine. Well, poke at the base is gonna stir the Hornet's nest, but the Hornets just kind of leave. They don't really need to do a whole lot because the Banshee's coming in here getting 7 worker kills, 8 kills, 9, 10. Oh, that is rough, buddy. The Spore Crawler does get 1 kill. The Queens are keeping a wary eye on this. They want to protect their drones. That was very good. That was sneaky. That was a good job. uThermal is getting some value. He is expanding. Very nice. That wall gaping open. I guess he doesn't really need it. Queens to that new base coming out. Oh no! The Banshee's getting a little more pokes. Up to 15 workers killed, man. Oh, that hurts. That Banshee, is he gonna get out of there? Oh, he's gonna get out. Realizes that he is not meant for that fight. Zergling over here being a little sneaky. And a changeling that just goes unnoticed. This is great. Banshee's just gonna be a little harassing. That's fine. You know, he's doing his thing. Lambo's getting a whole lot of vision in his base, uncontested. That is not the move. He can see all the stuff going down. The mech play is coming out in full force for uThermal. Mech play against Zerg is really strong right now. I've seen it a lot. I think where it gets problematic is the Cyclones. I think that is the biggest unit in the Terran mech army right now, is Cyclones. They hurt so much. Tanks, sure, they hurt. Hellions, they provide harassment. But I think Cyclones really changed the fact that they could just target things, move, and keep shooting. It changes the tide of battle a lot of times. Tanks here sieging up. We're going to get a little bit of an engagement here. He's going to keep that fended off for now. That's okay. That's okay. Ravagers are out on the field. But we're getting a Spire and some Baneling speed upgrades happening as well. Spire's happening, Baneling speed upgrades happening, armies engaging, Hellbats transform and roll out into battle. Those tanks are going to get the sweet vision. He is just going to siege those. Those are going to hurt, but we are going to get some picks here. Is it going to cost him an Overlord? No, he gets it out of there just in time. We get two tank kills, keeping most of the army alive. This is very good micro on his part. uThermal does have the army to just absolutely obliterate him right now. So Lambo's got to play a little careful, or else this would go completely sideways for him. Siege tanks are going to siege up, but are they going to be a little slow on that? They are. Fungal growth's coming out. Lambo's got pressure put on him right now. He's not going to be able to fight this. The army value speaks for itself. And those roaches just get eaten eaten up by the tanks, but at the same time, his Ravagers are getting some insane value on these tanks. Man, he is keeping that Overlord alive. The Overseer, the little transfusion heals are going nuts right now. He is getting all this control, but Mutalisks do come out to harass these tanks. He doesn't have any. He doesn't have any Cyclones. Nothing to contest this air. The air is going to just wipe out the forces, and the first game goes to Lambo. Very well played. Like I said, that Cyclone thing, it's a real thing. All right, on to game number 2. Game number 2 for uThermal and Lambo. Top right is the Lambo. Bottom left is the uThermal. A little surprising uThermal didn't do any cheese. He like, the first 2 rounds, that's all he did. He just cheese, and they were pretty funny to watch, not gonna lie, and very interesting. But they didn't pan out for him too well because all the enemy opponent had to do was just hold. That's all he had to do. And as long as you can outlast him, that cheese kind of withers away at some point because you have more production, you've got more income, and you got more units. I think what could have really helped him out is if he had some kind of anti-air. He went too heavy into the ground mech, which was strong. You know, it really provided a real threat to Lambo. But Lambo having that Spire up that last second and then getting those mutas and nothing to contest him, it's a little bizarre. I guess that's there's a reason. I guess Lambo won that. So hopefully uThermal, if he goes back again, he should probably consider getting something to handle air, or to bare minimum get some long range. I feel like Cyclones are still pretty good even against Roaches. Like, they punch holes in anything armor. Now it doesn't matter. Game's in the past now. Lambo looking good for another win in the Group A section. Now, speaking of doing well, got to play some games, some team games against some communities not too long ago, and oh boy, I'm a little rusty. I'll tell you what, a little rusty. Gone are my Twitch years where I could do 50 things at once, and now I got to rebuild those skills back up. It is what it is sometimes, but I love learning the game more than I do winning the game. Some ling speed happening for our Zerg player again. Is he gonna go with his whole? I don't think it worked out. Well, he did win last game. He might again hold with just lings and queens. Like I said, he is really good about that. Now he didn't have to distract him a whole lot and not fight Protoss. Terran's a little more mobile than Protoss, but oh man, he sees that. He sees that. The greedy expansion again. That's okay, because uThermal also having the greedy expansion. I have said this before. I think if any other race fighting Zerg has the ability to keep up with or even match bases with the Zerg, one of two things. Either they're getting too aggressive with their expansions, or that Overlord's gonna go down, buddy. David, yet again, dying for the cause. What a bro. He does get to see some value here. He sees the tech lab, he sees the factory, he knows it's coming again. But is it going to be another tech game, or are we gonna see some different composition? I think it's going to be a tech game. It's looking like that. I think the Marines are just there for early defense, like against these lings, hoping to get a kill, but they just don't quite get the squeeze. Reaper over here harassing, knowing that Queens might just be on the way very soon. That ass whooping last time with the Queens hurt a lot. So like I was saying, if even a Terran or a Protoss, if they match with a Zerg, one of two things. They're getting too greedy, or they're doing so well, or Zerg is behind, and that's gonna prove like to pay in full come the late game, because at that point the economy imbalance is way in favor of whoever's not in the Zerg. And if they keep up with their production, are in such a much better position than Zerg. Ling's gonna be doing a little bit of a test, a little pokesy, seeing what's going on. Marines are gonna scare that off, unfortunately. He does see the command center. This is an interesting little thing he's doing right here with the command center and the supply depots. I don't know if that's worth it. It provides a little bit of a, oh, we're getting a drop. And Lambo knows it's going to be a drop. Lambo knows 100% it's a drop. He's got to keep an eye on this thing, and he needs to be able to react fast. Hopefully, if he's got queens in the right area, he can catch this, and he can scare it off. He's got Lings making sure that he doesn't get too insane with his expansions here. Lambo does need to stay ahead of that. We're going to be cleaning up some creep. Stim Marines, man, those are going to hurt. Queen's going to be coming in though. Open a little bit, keep from that distance. He sees the armies here. He knows that's his cue to move in. He's not going to be able to do it though. He knows the queens are there. Unfortunate. Another expansion from Lambo. We are getting a battle cruiser? All right, buddy. All right, this wouldn't be the first time that he's tried to pull this. It'll be the first time he's doing it from his base, though, which is smart, I guess. Battle cruisers can warp across the map, so there is some value to that. We'll see how well that goes. I don't think he has any. He has a spore crawler. A spore crawler? I don't think he knows that that's. He doesn't know that that's happening. He is going to be able to get this expansion, though. The Queen's not able to do anything. They are off the creep. They cannot move that fast. He's going to go for the kill. He's going to go for the base. His ability might be on cooldown still, though, with a little thrusters. Or he's saving it for a getaway. Queens are ready to handle this, along with Lings and Banes. Those Marines not handling the Zerg when they're kind of handling it. Not super worried about it. He just cannot find a good spot to land those Marines. Lambo is all over him. This is good stuff. 1-1 upgrades are getting made for the Zerg right now. I think that's a smart move. I am noticing that most of the time these games, they don't have the time to get the, oh my god. And the battle cruisers are here. They warped in. They are going to eat that spore crawler up. They will eat any of these queens up as well. Those queens need to run. This base is not happening. The queens, though, are providing a little bit of abuse to these battle cruisers. Drops are going to be happening in the main base. Is he going to get the surround on this? Can he get the kills he needs? He needs those manlings to burst. They're not going to burst. Oh, man. All that, and we only killed 3 workers? Holy cow. That is unfortunate. Those battle cruisers not getting the value they kind of need. They killed a couple of queens, but Thermal really needs something else for this to really pop off. Marines are going to be coming in here, hoping to bait those Lings and Banes out of position. It's not going to happen. See through the ploy. So Overseer, though, just going to get some free value. Not nuts. 4 battle cruisers. 4 battle cruisers? We have 4 battle cruisers on the scene. These battle cruisers are going to run these queens, drive their energy. He kills the one with energy. And he's going to get away scot-free. Those battle cruisers are going to provide a whole lot of harassment as he's got so much in the main base. He gets a couple of Marine kills, which is good, but he is killing these workers. This is a very bad spot for Lambo. He doesn't have anything to shoot up into the sky except for Queens. Corruptors now getting out on the field. They're going to do something to those battle cruisers. Battle cruisers are more of a anti-ground than they are anti-air. They do more damage versus the ground. I guess kind of makes sense. Corruptor's gonna get the kill on that battle cruiser, so now we're up to, whoa, I guess 2 battle cruisers went down. Now we're down to 2 battle cruisers. He's going to chase this away. Now with the anti-air of the Corruptors, and just, oh my goodness, he is a predator, dude. He is on the hunt. I guess he's going to give up that chase. It's too much to squeeze, not enough juice. That's what it is. Marines come through. They're going to get a couple of kills. Oh, they get one worker kill. They get 2 worker kills. That's 2. Yep. Marines are going to go down. Unfortunately, this base is not really hurting that much. So, Fester Pit getting made. Probably a smart move. Might get some neural links. Might get some funky growths. Either or would be devastating. Oh, yeah. I forgot they had that ability. The whole, I'm going to pause the building. You don't get to upgrade. Wings, Banes, and Corruptors. Lambo just really enjoys his Lings, Banes, and Kings. It's the primary unit of his army, and with his creep spread so nice, and his micro so good, he can afford it. He is not, however, going to afford these siege tanks up in his base. That's going to be a problem. These rocks coming down, that might not be what you want there, man. It's going to hurt a little bit. Lambo got more than enough to handle the front door, but does he have enough to help out with his back door completely wide open? There's not a whole lot protecting this. He's going in for the kill. He's splitting up his forces. It forces uThermal to come back. Banelin's coming in. Oh, no. This base is going to die. He's trying to get his SCVs out of there. It's not going to do him any good. Marines are trying to do anything. Baneling knocking down the front door. Oh, my goodness. Zergling's getting in on this army. Tanks are going to go down. Battlecruisers are going to get eaten up alive with these Corruptors. They try to warp out, hopefully to save something of this army, and it is just not happening. His production, though, he's getting Marines out, upgrades. It's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. He's getting the concaves. He's getting the surrounds that he needs. Lambo is in yet another very good position. Marine splits are really good. Oh, man. That is gnarly, brother. It is going to push Lambo back just a little bit, but, man, his production is just there. He's operating on 3, 6. He's got 6 bases to uThermal's 3. He's a lot more ahead than uThermal right now, especially army value-wise and supply-wise. Upgrades are just kind of a thing that are in his favor. He's got that 2 armor on those lanes. That does a lot of work. If he's got the production, it doesn't seem like he's got plenty of buildings. He's just not making the plays he needs right now, and the absolute surround on this army is it's enveloping. Oh my goodness, Corruptors are in here to clean up the medevacs, and that's going to be the GG from uThermal. Well played, well done. You know, the one time that it feels like almost that Lambo is just always one step ahead. uThermal, first game, you know, if he gotten out some Cyclones, gotten out some things to handle his mutas, he was in a very good position to win, but just didn't have anything for the mutas. And now in this game, it was like kind of a reverse. He had stuff to handle air, but Lambo's economy and supply were just too much, and that final surround, those Lings and Banes, man, with that Corruptor pressure, it's easy to A move, easy to split. Very well played. If you enjoyed watching this game, which it's a very good game, I highly recommend. There's some more tournaments going on Liquipedia right now. I'll drop a link to that in the description. Thank you for watching, and feel free to like and subscribe. It's a good time over here. We got a Discord server full of amazing individuals, also some StarCraft enthusiasts, and I'll catch you guys in the next match. Bye-bye.